Hello everybody, Prowl here, and today I'm going to give you a simple step-by-step, block-by-block tutorial on how to make this small and fast creeper farm. If you're looking to learn mechanics and that sort of thing, go check out the creeper farm video that I did about a week and a half ago or so. I'll make sure to link it up in the top corner of the screen right now. That is the bigger, faster version of this farm. This one I scaled it down, and I also made some changes to some of the things on the inside to make it easier to get the materials that you need to make the farm. But in any event, let's go ahead and get started. You will see the material list on the screen right now, and I'll put it down in the description box below too. So to get started, you're going to want to make sure that you build somewhere that creepers can spawn, meaning you want to stay away from rivers and you want to stay away from mangrove forests. When you pick the location where your creeper farm is going to go, make sure you're not close to any mountainsides that are really tall, and you're in a somewhat flat location. To figure out where the center of your farm is going to be, pick the highest part of that location, as you can see where I am here, and you're going to want to pillar up 38 blocks in the air. And a quick note, it is okay to go up higher than 38 blocks in the air, but it is not okay to go lower. And all of these distances and everything we're talking about is for a world set to simulation distance 4. If your world is larger than a simulation distance 4, then make sure you go up at least 130 blocks in the air instead. This is where our first platform is going to go. We're going to go out 4 blocks in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And 1, 2, 3, 4, and then fill in this platform as a place for us to stand. Also, to make this platform safe for yourself, build a border around it that's 1 or 2 blocks tall. This will prevent you from accidentally falling off. Now, from the center of that platform, go up another 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And then go out another 4 blocks in each direction, just like you did on the platform below. And go ahead and fill that in too. Like below, go ahead and give yourself a 1 block border around to keep yourself from accidentally falling off of this layer. From here, you're going to want to go another 21 blocks up into the air. 1, 2, 3, 18, 19, 20, 21. Now from here, I'm going to want to go out 1 block and out 1 block and start from this edge right here. I'm going to get on that block and I'm going to go out 1, 2, 3 blocks, turn to the right. 1, 2, 3 blocks, turn to the right. 1, 2, 3 blocks, and then connect back to my starting point. This section right here is going to be the hole where our mobs fall down. I will get rid of this column of blocks a little bit later. Now, out from each side, I'm going to want to go out an additional 7 blocks. So that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to want to do that on all 4 sides. Once you've done that, you're going to want to fill in that entire area except for the middle 4 blocks. Once complete, you're going to want to go through and make another border around to trap in the water that we're going to be putting up here. This is also going to serve as the outer wall to our farm. Now in each corner, go ahead and place 5 blocks down like this, and then go down to the floor level and place down 3 blocks like that. Now from the center block that we've been working on this entire time, you're gonna wanna go up another 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then you're gonna wanna mark this diagonal block across from that is above the solid part of the floor of your farm, not above the hole. Now from this block right here, we're going to go over 2 temporary blocks and then place a permanent block right there. We can get rid of those temporary blocks. 2 temporary blocks and then a permanent block right here. Get rid of those temporary blocks. 2 temporary blocks and then put a permanent block right there. And now you should have 4 blocks that are floating out. Each one of those 4 blocks is going to become a 6x6 platform. So from that block, go out another 5 blocks in each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And fill in this whole platform, making this a 6 block by 6 block platform. You could do that same thing for all of the other areas where we placed a block down. Now, this is what you should end up with is 4 6x6 platforms. Now, what you're going to do is take your outer wall and you're going to build that up to the same height that we're at here with our platforms. Once done, all 4 platforms should be completely surrounded with trapdoors. Now you're going to want to go on the wall portion on the opposite side of the platforms and also go through and put trapdoors across that. And that only needs to be across the platform. You do not need to fill in those corners. Once done, this is what you should have. Now you're going to want to go 1 block out from the corner of all the corners of all the platforms, and you're going to build a 2 tall block pillar just like this. If you're enjoying this tutorial, please be sure to click the like button to help it get seen by more people, and subscribe to the channel for more great videos like this, as well as check out my Bedrock guide series, which is linked in the top right hand corner of the screen right now, to learn more great information about the game, everything from the very basics to the most advanced mechanics in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. Once you have that 2 tall block pillar, 1 block out from the corners of all of the platforms as shown here, you're now going to want to put a solid block roof on it like this. The solid block roof will match up exactly to where your floor is. So it is a 6x6 roof over top of the 6x6 floor. Once done, you're going to want to take buttons and place buttons underneath every single block of that ceiling that you just placed down. Once done, double check all platforms to make sure that you do have buttons in every single spot. If you miss any buttons, it will allow mobs that are not creepers to spawn. We're going to call this 1 layer. We have 1 layer of our farm done. We need to have a total of 6 layers above this, where the roof or the ceiling of the first layer then becomes the floor of the next layer. I mean, we're going to do the exact same thing we did here, right here, to make a second layer. We're going to do a 3rd, 4th, 5th, and then finally a 6th layer. When you get to the 6th layer, you can stop before you do the ceiling part of it, because there's something else we're going to have to do for that first. But go ahead and make all 6 layers. Now, I will show you what that looks like on the other side of this cut, so you can see exactly what it's supposed to be before you build it yourself. Okay, now once done there, this is what you should have. You should have 6 spawning floors and no roof on here. And we're not going to do the roof yet, because if you build it now, creepers are going to spawn on you. You're going to blow up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back down to our layer where we are going to be putting water. We can get rid of these blocks right here, and all we need is a water bucket or a couple of water buckets, and we need to make water source blocks all across all the sides and 1 in the corner. When you do this, what you're going to find is all of the water is going to leave to those 4 holes right in the middle, which is going to flush your mobs down into the Trident killer that we build, which we're going to do right now. You can go ahead and you can take out all of these blocks that you use to pillar up. We're going to make sure we mark where our hole is, which is these 4 spots right here. And now we're just going to build a column going upwards to the bottom of the water area right there. This is going to be our drop chute for where our mobs drop down. We're going to want to build this out of solid blocks so no light can get in, or you can use tinted glass so you can still see inside to see the mobs drop down without having to use the solid blocks. Now, what we're going to want to do here is we're going to want to temporarily take out these bottom 2 rows of blocks. We will put those back here in just a little bit. And our 4 blocks that match up with the drop chute, we're going to want to knock those out and place down mud. Now, if you want to be able to manually kill these mobs just using a sword, what I'm going to recommend that you do is you're going to take out these bottom 2 blocks right here temporarily, get rid of these 4 blocks in the middle, and 1 level above that right here, put down mud blocks. Then take out 2 more of the tinted glass blocks right there, and you're going to want to do this on the side that has 3 blocks available to walk around on each side, not the short side that has 2. And place down 2 slabs right here, and then this is where you're going to be able to swing to kill the creepers. But instead, what we're going to do here today is we're going to make this a Trident killer. And then all the other steps that you're going to follow from here will be the same, no matter which two of the killing methods that you're going to use outside of the parts for this Trident killer. Okay, so to make the Trident killer, let's go ahead. Let's knock out those slabs I just put down. And for the Trident killer portion, we're going to want to get rid of all of the blocks here at this 2-block like head height so we can have some room to work. We're going to want to place down mud blocks in the floor. We want to take a piston and face the right-hand side, facing each direction, to place down our 4 different pistons. Now, once your pistons are down, go ahead and knock out these blocks, kind of connecting the pistons, but not the solid block underneath, because we're going to want to go ahead and place down some observers. Now, the observers, actually, I'm going to have to get rid of one more row of blocks right here because we want to stand on top of our piston, get back towards the corner, and click the top corner of the mud block here, and that will make the observer face outwards. We're going to want to do that for all 4 of these mud blocks. What you should now have is 4 observers facing outwards on each side. Now, I'm going to recommend that you go down below and you place a block, 1 block below the floor on each one of these holes. And at this point, you're probably going to want to give yourself some sort of way to get up top and back down as well. I'd go ahead and pop a hole in the floor about right here and place down some scaffolding or make yourself a ladder or something of that nature to get up and down. Now, you're going to want to place a powered rail on each of these holes, like so. Now your pistons, they're going to be moving. And then on the larger side of the platform, go ahead and take yourself a lever, place it down right beside one of those, like this right here. And this will allow you to turn the Trident killer on and off. Now, stand on your mud blocks, and on the observer, place a door down. This will be your way to get in and out to your Tridents. And you can now go ahead and cover up all of these other spots that are in level with your pistons with solid blocks like this. And then reconnect all of your solid blocks up here that we temporarily took down. Now for the storage, on the larger side, we're going to keep working from the larger side. Place down a temporary block underneath the observer right there. Spin around. Place a hopper facing into that block. Holding down the crouch button. Face a hopper into that hopper there. Another hopper into that one, and then another hopper into either one of those two like I've done there, leading all items to come out of this one hopper right here. Now, underneath this temporary block, go ahead and place down a chest and make that a double chest. And then you could go ahead and place down 3 more double chests to give you a total of 4. You can now remove this temporary block up at the top, go around to the back side, hold down the crouch button, and place a hopper going back into each one of those chests, giving you 4 double chests of storage for your gunpowder. Now, before we set up our tridents or throw our tridents in, we're going to want to go in here. We're going to want to go up, and we're going to want to count down from this block right here. 1, 2, 3. And on the 4th block down, we're going to want to put 2 buttons right here, 2 buttons right here, and put a single bucket of water right there to slow down mobs that are dropping before they drop into our Trident killer. Now you could place between 1 and 3 tridents here in the Trident killer, and you'll see that whenever you flip the lever to turn it on, the Trident killer starts working. The tridents will move around. Now, for those of you that are playing from a slower device, such as a mobile phone, an Xbox One, PlayStation 4, Nintendo Switch, I do recommend that you pick up your tridents every time you stop using the farm, every time you're going to log off and log back in. This can be tricky to do. My recommendation for you is to make sure that all of the creepers in here are dead or dying. Leave your Trident killer on during this phase. It's going to be the best thing to do. Knock out a block right here and place down 2 blocks here and 2 blocks here. Then you can safely turn your Trident killer off, go inside, pick up your tridents, close the door back, and leave it like this until you come back to log back in on the farm. Whenever you come back in to use the farm again, you come in, you throw your 3 tridents back down like this. You turn your Trident killer back on. You close your door. You stand to the side. You knock out all 4 of these blocks and place this block back down. This way your tridents do not glitch through the floor and fall through the world. If you don't do this on the slower devices, you run the risk of your tridents disappearing. Next, you're going to want to come up to your roof and you're going to want to use tinted glass here. It is required that we use tinted glass. If you use regular glass or even black stained glass, this is not going to work. Your farm is not going to be dark and no mobs are going to spawn. So yes, you do need to use tinted glass for this portion. First thing you're going to want to do is make a roof over top of each one of your platforms. And after you make your roof for your platforms, you're going to want to go through with your buttons just like you did on all of the other layers. And we're going to want to put buttons underneath the ceiling here to ensure that we only get creeper spawns. Go through and do this to all 4 platforms. Okay, once you have all 4 platforms done and you have made sure you don't miss any buttons like I did right there, now you're going to want to fill in the rest of the roof area with the rest of your tinted glass to close the entire thing in. Once you do this, you're going to find that the farm gets dark and mobs and creepers will start spawning. And one last thing that you're going to need to do is go around the outer border of the top of your farm here and place buttons down. That way no mobs potentially spawn on top of the roof of our farm. And there we go. Creepers are falling in. So now we can turn our Trident killer on, let it kill the creepers. We can stand right here at the corner of our farm, which is our center point, and go AFK to get all of the amazing drops. I'm going to let this thing run AFK for a little bit so we can see how many drops that this small farm gets. And here we go. Creepers are now dropping into the farm. So at this point, all we got to do is stand in our AFK spot, which is right here. Let these guys drop, hold our looting 3 sword, and we will be getting about 600 gunpowder per hour. I ran a short test here. This is what we got. So you'll get about 600 gunpowder per hour from this little tiny creeper farm. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. I think it's pretty awesome myself. I do like this. Great for your world if you're playing single player, don't need a lot of gunpowder. If you enjoyed today's tutorial, please make sure you leave a like on it to show others that you liked it. Drop me a comment down below and subscribe to the channel, and be sure to follow the Bedrock Guide series so you can learn all sorts of amazing things about this wonderful game that is Minecraft. That's a lot of creepers. See you later, everybody. Bye-bye.